Venture below ground, shall we? And into a tunnel that is also a window to the past. Life in the World War II trenches are brought to life by this mystery tunnel in the heart of the eastern Mau forest in Marioshoni, Nakuru County. The tunnel, which is about 5 kilometers long, is said to have been the country's first ever bomb shelter for the British soldiers. However, investigations by historians into what purpose the tunnel really served are still ongoing. NTV's Bridget Ngada, who is braver than I, explored a part of it and tries to bring some of those mysteries above ground.
The majestic Mau forest, resplendent in her green canopy that stretches far and wide. It's beautifully mysterious, the indigenous trees touching Narok, Bomet and Nakuru to the east. In Marioshoni, in the eastern block of the Mau, the last of the minority Ogiek community. A community of hunters and gatherers colonize the forest and keep its deep secrets. A clearing on the edge of the woods reveals one of those best kept ones. A secret buried in the foothills of this idyllic landscape. A place of inky blackness where mysteries congeal and lurk out of sight. This secret passage lies forgotten below ground as life above churns along. Joseph Chemaina spent most of his youth marveling at this structure, which locals say was built during the World War II. They still don't know why.
Ishimu wenye kuchimba ndio walikuwa na jua kile alifanya naye. Kwa sababu hakuna kitu tunaiona sasa tunaweza fanyia. Kwa sababu hata wao wenyewe ama tuseme upande wa serikali ama foresti ama upande yoyote kwa serikali haikuweza kuchunga Ishimu. Wakati iliisha tu ikawachwa hivyo.
So we've done just about a kilometer into these tunnels, and somewhat I feel like I'm traveling back into time. If you look around, there's wear and tear in parts of this tunnel. This is just the water action. I'm being told by locals that there is an underground river and this tunnel is just sitting right underneath it. And so some parts of this tunnel, there's a lot of water action and also water erosion. There are also a lot of bats, and so hopefully we understand that this stretches for about 5 kilometers. But for now, yeah, there's a bat right there. So we're just walking and seeing and understanding possibly the story behind this tunnel. The echoes of its secretive past still linger. Very few dare venture into the darkness, but those who do are sure to leave their mark. We stumble upon a freshly drilled hole on one of the walls. Locals say people sometimes come in here to search for valuables said to have been left behind by its builders.
Wazungu ndio walikuwa wanajenga. Lakini wale wafanyikazi ni kama vile tulielezwa na wazee, ilikuwa wafungwa. Alikuwa anatoa upande wa Northeastern na Western na Nyanza. Kwa sababu sasa hii watu ilikuwa inaletwa kila mwezi kama watu 60, ikiija chini ni 40, na wengi waliweza kufariki kwa sababu hii wakati ilichimbwa hii shimo sasa alikuwa anaboromoka na anafungia chini watu. Kuna mambo mengi zimeshazungumziwa kuhusu hii shimo. Inasemekana kuna vitu ilifichwa, vitu kama bomu iliwekwa hapo ndani hata ya kuchunga ile vitu alivicha, kwa sababu tulijaribu kuongea na wazee lakini walisema hakuna kitu iliwekwa hapa.
The tunnel's roof drops lower the deeper the tunnel goes, and by this time our feet are almost knee deep in water. We have to turn back due to safety concerns. But those like Alexander Koech, who have ventured much further, say there are rooms which look like bunkers with metal pipes piercing the ground above, and which perhaps acted as airways, providing ventilation to those sheltering below.
Kufika ile shimo ya mwisho, tunnel bado inasonga tu mbele kidogo. Alafu mbele kuna kahol kubwa, kahol kama kanyumba kidogo. Then kwa hii nyumba iko na fereji ya maji. Ni kubwa sana kama steering ya gari.
On the surface, two spaced out cylinder-like towers give the impression that these were access routes into and out of the tunnel. Further uphill, more metal pipes protrude from the ground, rusty and wasting away. The cement, too, that held this piece of architecture together is crumbling. This pool of water covers a collapsed section of the tunnel, which locals say caved in nearly 2 years ago. The secrets of this mystery world are still unknown, but according to historians, the tunnel offers little glimpses in the lives of those caught up in the World War II conflict.
The Italian prisoners of war were captured in Ethiopia and then they were scattered. And a number of them were brought to Kenya as laborers to work in preachers, to work in farms, to build the roads, to build the churches. And the British used them as cheap labor. So there's a possibility that actually this tunnel was actually constructed by the British for security reasons. But if you talk about the architecture, you look at the construction ability by the Italians. Those people were well trained, they were skilled.
Another theory that has been advanced is that it may have been built by the British government to protect the white settlers in Nakuru and the Rift Valley highlands during the struggle for independence.
Elbagon, Njoro, Olenguruone was actually the crowd of Mamau. It is possible that the government or the government may have built the tunnel to secure the safety of the settlers. But again, and you know, for them in Njoro, they used to call it the small England. You know, if you look at Njoro, I mean, the weather, the climate is so good.
Locals, however, believe that they have much more to gain from what remains of the ruins that have been recognized by the National Museums of Kenya as possibly the country's first bomb shelter. But investigations into what purpose this tunnel really served are still ongoing. These tunnels stretch about 5 kilometers in that direction, and according to locals, they say that they've been here since the World War II era. They don't know the intention for the construction of the tunnels, but they say that this is a national heritage and it could be converted into a historic site and even invite a lot of tourists in this area. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Marioshoni, Nakuru County.